Hello, everyone. I hope you're all good
Hello.
today.
Hello.
Hi, Professor.
Okay, I think most of you already joined. The rest who is not here, he'll join us later. Okay, we agreed that we're gonna discuss what country you have selected and the industry that you plan to work. But before that, I would like to share my screen. Okay. Let me start by name and one by one. First, I will start with Alnur.
Yes.
Which country have you selected?
So I selected Switzerland, and I'm together with Dinara Saizin. We're in the same team.
Dinara.
Mhm.
Okay. Switzerland. Okay. So which industry?
Banking.
Okay. Industry. Okay. That's great. I have one team then here. Okay, then let me move further. We have here Anwar.
Yes, country is USA
USA.
and pharmaceutical industry.
Pharmacy. Okay. Pharmacy industry. You're alone, Anwar?
Yes, I'm alone.
Okay. The next I have here in the list, Aidana.
Hello. I have picked the UK and the banking sector.
The banking. Okay.
And I have a question. Do we have to pick a partner or can we do it
No,
by
no, no, no,
ourselves?
no, no, no. It's up to you. The partner should be maximum 2 people. And if you do it alone, you're most welcome. There's like,
Okay.
you're free to do it. Okay. And next, Dana, show you.
Yes, I'm with Almat together.
We are with Almat, yes?
Yes,
Almat. What country did you select?
USA.
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 Okay.
Yes.
Which industry?
Asset management.
So financial industry, yes?
Yes.
Asset management.
Yeah, like Fidelity and other companies
Okay.
in asset management.
Okay, great. Okay. Dan Almat, we've got here. Then I have on the list next Lee.
Country is USA,
Oh, yeah, okay.
and I chose utility industry.
Utility.
Yes.
Can you give me an example of the utility industry example what you have selected?
Some
Or-
companies provide electricity and
Okay.
water.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Great. Utility industry. Okay, we have here next Evgenia.
I've chosen the United States and banking sector.
United States. Okay, we're going to discuss about it. I will see how many countries. Okay, more into. What else? Who else we've got here? Are you alone, Evgenia?
Yes.
Okay. I have Sakenot again.
Hello, can you hear me, Professor?
Yes, I can hear you.
My country is Australia and industry is general mining.
Are you alone? Yes.
Yes, I'm alone.
Your name is Saken or Oytegen? Sorry for that.
Second.
Saken.
Yes.
Okay. Okay. The turn comes to Temirlan.
USA and IT industry, technological industry.
Okay. IT. And we are left with John.
Hello, Professor. So, talking about country is USA and industry, automobile industry.
USA. Automobile. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, great. You have selected all USA, huh? Almost of you. So in total, I have here, but some of you still missing. Is there anyone in the cloud that I have not just selected? Anyway. Search list. Okay, this is the research list. It will be with me. If you want, just take a snapshot or whatever the case. If you have it, okay. Now, and as I promised you, I'm going to give you the variables that you're going to. It's uploaded in the Moodle, okay, the variables that you're going to use. Okay, here's the variables we are having, okay, that you will be using in your research, in your empirical analysis. We've got dependent variables here. Later, you will learn what is the dependent variable, what is the independent variable, and I will give you more clear picture about it. But before that, I would like you to start to collect the data. Collect the net interest margin. Apart from that, those who doesn't have this net interest margin, okay, in their industry, who doesn't have it, you can use any profitability indicator such as profit margin or non-interest margin or return on equity or return on assets, any of it, okay? Any profitability indicator, but preferably use it NIM. Then non-performing loans is proxied as credit risk. Liquidity is proxied as liquidity risk management. And theta is capital adequacy, bank capital to total assets or firm capital to total assets. On the right-hand side, on the last column, these are the authors or scholars who has used these ratios in their works. Efficiency, cost to income, okay? GDP growth, inflation, and corruption rate. And the last one is the political stability. And crisis of dummy, the global financial crisis dummy, banking crisis dummy, you will create it while you will be using the Stata. You will learn it. I will teach you how to do it, but not now. But you have to collect the political stability and so on. So, and how many companies? I told you 10. If it's not available, at least 5, but for all years which are available. Okay, just collect them. Deadline I'm not giving you, but as soon as you finish, preferably finish it before middle of the February. Okay, it's preferably you have to finish before the middle of February. This data are available on Moodle. You can download it, you can use it. What I can advise you, if you want, you can select 5 companies, but select with the way that make top 5 with some certain classification according to the size. Okay, top 5 companies. And one thing I forgot to mention in here, it's very important actually. Its size could be used actually. No, capital adequacy, we are using the capital adequacy, it's enough actually. Okay. So you can use the companies, let's say top 5 companies, like top 5 biggest companies in the US, like in automobile industry. So use them. Or at least whatever are available, 10 ITs or whatever the case, use them. So if you use 5 companies, you have to classify them according to the size. Is that clear?
Yes.
Okay, great.
Yes.
That things makes it clear. Okay, Monday we have finished working with the financial statements. Today we're gonna solve some questions from that chapter. And I will start on my own, and then I will give you the timing. You will solve it as an activity as well. So, for those who doesn't have a starter, I will put it in L drive, okay? I will put it in L drive. In L drive in my name. So you can download it from there. So I'll put it here, Spring 2021. Okay, it will be here. Okay, here's some questions we have to solve it, but we're not going to solve all of them. But if you want at home, try to solve it on your own to practice it, because this is chapter that you're responsible in the exam as well for the questions to solve. But myself, I want to start with the financial statements in here. And then I will give you some 2 questions, like kind of tricky questions, which you will solve it. Okay. Here we are given the balance sheet. Question 13 is said, prepare the standardized financial statement. Prepare 2008-2009 common size balance sheet. So what you need to do, you need to just convert them into percentages, taking the total assets as 100%. Like to convert this cash into 100%, you need to 8,000 divided by this 295,000, it will give you the percentages actually. Okay, and there question 14 and 15 is the same thing. Okay, and I want to start with the question 17. Based on the balance sheet given for just due IT, calculate the following financial ratios, which are very straightforward. So we need to calculate for 2 years, for 2008, for 2009. So first of all, we are asked to calculate current ratio, quick ratio, cash ratio, net working capital to total asset ratio, debt equity ratio and equity multiplier, total debt ratio and long-term debt ratio. Okay, before I forget, one more thing I added to the Moodle that will give you a benefit of using this chapter. It is formulas. Here, all the categories of the formulas are available here. You can use them. So in the exam, you don't have to memorize any formulas? Okay. Now, this is the balance sheet. If you are asked to calculate the current ratio, which is, so current ratio is equal to current assets over current liabilities. If you calculate for 2008, sorry, it's just stuck. Can you see the screen?
Yes.
Yes.
So current ratio is equal to current asset over current liability. It's just basics, what we do here. 8,433.6. So it's cash, but we need to get the total amount, which is 68,726 divided by total current liability, 61,434. And if you calculate it, you know, the best thing what I could do here, if I use Excel spreadsheet, that would be even faster. Instead of using separately the calculators.
Professor, sorry, what was the book that we would take?
Okay, just a second.
Oh, okay, found it.
The book is on the Moodle. Book in the Moodle. In the Moodle, you can check it. So if you calculate for the current ratio, it's current asset we set divided by current liability. Now we can use the numbers. 68,726 divided by 61,434. This is for 2008. This is current ratio. We get it for 2008 and 2009. 76,213 divided by 64,203. Of course, we didn't put any equal signs. So as we can see here, the current ratio changed from the previous year. It increased. Then we are asked to calculate in here quick ratio. Quick ratio. Where you have current assets minus inventory, and this all divided by current liability. So it is almost the same thing, but with one difference. In here, we'll subtract the inventory, minus inventory, which is 38,760. 42,650. And what else we're asked to calculate? Cash ratio as well. So directly we are using the cash here. 8,436 divided by 61,434. And the cash were I'm doing quick because I expect that you know this all. If there's anybody who is like lost, just let me know, please. This is just straightforward ratios. And you can calculate in this way using the balance sheet and the income statement very easily. Okay, then tell me this formula. Okay, then calculate this. Net working capital to total asset ratio. Net working capital over total asset. Who can help me?
Well,
Net
maybe
working capital is the difference between current assets and current liabilities.
Very true.
And then we divide it just by total assets.
Very good. So difference between the current assets and current liabilities, which is 68,726 minus 61,434. And we divide by the total assets for the corresponding year, 295,432. And for 2009, total current asset is 76,230 minus current liability 64,203, and this all divided by corresponding total assets 324, but should be in brackets. And then we are asked to calculate here debt equity ratio and equity multiplier.
Professor, would you upload the solutions to the Moodle?
Sure,
Or
sure,
the-
of course. I'm going to put it on the Moodle. Don't worry about it. This,
Okay.
whatever I do in the class, it will be on Moodle. Let me
Thank you.
just. Okay, we are asked to calculate debt equity ratio and equity multiplier. Debt equity ratio is total debt over equity, as the ratio suggests. Total debt over total equity. And equity multiplier is equal to
total assets over equity.
Oh, yes, or we can make it total debt or total equity. Now, total debt is here. We have long-term debt and we have short-term debt. So we need to add them up in order to calculate total debt. So total debt, 61,434 plus 25,000, and this all divided by total equity. And total equity is the common stock and retained earnings, which is 208,998 for 2008. And for debt equity ratio for 2009 is 64,203 plus 32,000 divided by, divided by 28316. This is debt equity ratio, and equity multiplier, as Alnur said, it can be total asset over total equity, or we can make like 1 plus total debt over total equity, like 1 plus debt equity ratio. So 1 plus debt equity ratio. Okay. This is first question. Question 15 that I solved it. Okay, then there's another question. I want to go over just a second. You can see that page. I'm coming. Now, using DuPont identity, and everybody remember what was a DuPont identity? Just to remind you, ROE is equal to profit margin times total asset turnover times total assets. And if you want to reopen this formula, ROE is equal to profit margin is net income over sales times sales over total assets. And this, there's a mistake I made it. If anybody can help me to find that mistake.
There is equity multiplier, right?
Yes.
Yes, it should be leverage.
I'm coming to that mistake. So this is the definition of the DuPont identity. So we are given these formulas and we need to solve it. They said this income incorporation has the sales of 5,000, total asset is 3,000, debt equity ratio 140, return on equity is 1.15%. What is the net income? Very good question. So how can we rearrange it, this formula, in order to find the net income? We are given ROE. Look, ROE is given. We are given total assets. We are given sales. So what could we do? We could just reduce this DuPont identity to get smaller portion of it. Any ideas? How can we do it? We can play with these formulas.
Yeah, you can just.
I'm giving you 2 minutes to think. Okay, just try your best. 2 things. It's very easy, but we need to change. We need to play with this. So we have some sales. We have total assets. We have debt equity ratio. Look, you know, ROE is return on equity is given 15%. Okay, this is, if you just draw this one, this 15 is return on equity. Do we know profit margin?
Yeah.
No?
No. We
Oh, yeah,
know
we
the
can find
sales
that.
in the profit margin, but we need to find
Net income, right? Yeah.
net income. We know
Actually,
sales.
Yeah.
We know the total assets, yes. But we
Yes.
need to find the equity multiplier.
The multiplier is easy. 1 plus total assets. Yes, right. 1 plus debt equity ratio.
Debt equity ratio, very good. So that means if we do so, 0.15 is what we have it, yes, equal to net income. This is what we are looking for. Sales over sales, which is 5276 times sales over total assets, 5276 over total asset, which is 3105, and times equity multiplier. You said 1 plus debt equity ratio, isn't it?
Right.
Yes.
Yes.
So having this, can we find the net income?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, let's do it. So we have 0.15 ROE. Then we have sales over total assets,
Sales divided by total assets.
5276 divided by 315. So did anyone say anything?
Yes, me. Timurlan.
Yeah, Temirlan, yes. Can you repeat again?
Sales divided by total assets. It is TAT. Just prove it. How
TAT, it's total asset turnover.
total assets. Okay, thank you.
It's a total asset turnover.
Thank you.
Okay, you're welcome. And we have equity multiplier, which is 2.40. So everything is calculated. We need to just get the net income. So if you rearrange everything, 0.15 equal to net income over 5,276 multiplied by 1.69 and multiplied by 2.4.
Actually, John, can I try?
Yes, sure.
I have another way of solution.
Definitely. Wait, let me just finish it. And
Okay.
now you will share your screen and you will introduce your way of solution. That will be very nice from you. Let me just finish it and then you share your way of solution. Is that okay, Alnur?
Yes.
Okay. Now, if I just calculate this, there are actually many ways you can get it. 4.07. And then to get rid of 5,276, we need to multiply 0.57, 15 times 5,276 equal to net income times 407. So then whatever we get here, we divide by this number and then we can get the net income. Net income equal to 0.15 times 5,276 and divided by 407. That will give you the net income. And if you calculate, net income will be equal to
157.28.
Did I do something wrong? No. 5,276.
I guess I need
Please.
to check once more my numbers.
Okay, if I might have a mistake as well. I might have it. Alnur, did you get same answer?
Not yet. I'm still calculating. Just a second.
Okay, I'm giving you a moment to calculate. And meanwhile, please check my mistakes if I have any mistakes. If I have any mistakes here.
No, you're right.
Yeah, I got the
Okay.
same.
Okay, now is your turn, Alnur. I'm stopping my share. I'll start your sharing your screen, please.
Yeah, sure. Just a sec.
If
All
any,
right.
yes, we
Yep.
can see, but make
right.
bigger your Excel spreadsheet.
Yeah, just a second. All right. So we were given the sales, right? But actually, I think we don't really need this. We need only the total assets and then the debt to equity ratio. So we have these numbers. I mean, actually, so we have the debt to equity ratio, which means we can find the equity multiplier, which is this. And then using the total assets and equity multiplier, we can find the equity itself by just, as you can see, dividing it, right?
Okay. Using the
So
formula.
yeah. So we just
Just wait,
divide it.
Alnur, wait. For
Yeah,
the
sorry.
others to follow us, can you type the formula itself of equity
Yeah.
multiplier?
Just
The one that
I
you
can-
mean? No, just
it's
type
maybe
next to it. Type it next to it by letters.
okay.
So
It
that
would
for
be
others can follow us easily.
1 plus
No.
debt to
You said another one.
this. Just a sec. I'm sorry. Yeah, or
The
you can just
formula
use
that you used.
total assets to to total equity. Yeah,
Yes.
this one.
So we are given equity multiplier, you are saying, and we are
Yeah,
given total asset. Now we can find total equity. Yes.
Yeah.
Rearranging
this.
the formula. Okay, great.
So, and once we found the equity, now we can just use the formula of return on equity, which is basically equals to net income divided by total equity. And now we can rearrange this formula so that we can find the net income by multiplying return on equity times total equity, right? And so that's what I did. As you can see, that's the return on equity. We were given this percent, and that's the equity that we just calculated. And that's my answer here.
Very good. Very good, Elnor. Very good.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Is there anyone who has a question on the way Alnur solved it? I think everything is clear. Thank you so much. I really appreciate your effort. Okay, let us continue. The questions I would like to select. Okay. Okay, here's one more question. So we are given equity multiplier of 2.80 and total asset turnover 1.15, profit margin 5.5. What is its ROE? It's straightforward. Yes, there is no need to even to manipulate with the numbers. We can just multiply these three things, like formulas are given here. Okay, what else? Okay, another question comes. But before that, let me just, ROE is equal to 2.8 times 8 times 1.15 and times 5.5. 17%. And this is another question. Please solve it now. Try to solve it. So we are given PM, we are given total assets, 1.95, and we are given ROE. What is the debt equity ratio? Okay, so I can share with your solution if you want. Can you share with us? Saken, can you hear us?
Yes, but I did it on my calculator. I can do it like this. I'll write in the chat how I did it.
Okay, please do it in Excel and share with us.
Okay.
We're waiting. I'm giving 1 minute to do it in everything. 1 minute is enough for you to put everything into Excel?
Yes.
Okay.
Could you please share the screen, Professor?
Yes,
because
sure.
the inputs.
Very coming.
Thank you.
I can share. I finished it. Can you see the Excel sheet?
Yes. Excuse
I
me,
think
but
it would be on the left side 1 plus debt to equity ratio. No?
yeah, I disagree. There should be
Yes.
0.38. That's the equity multiplier, which is 1.38, but debt to equity would be one equity multiplier minus 1, which is 0.38.
Yeah,
Yeah.
0.38.
Okay.
A little bit here. Yeah, this one was tricky.
Evgenia or Alnur, would it be possible for you to share the solution for us to see it, or shall we do it together?
I calculated not in Excel and got negative number.
Okay, let's do it together then. So we have ROE equal to PM.
Actually, we need to, from the ROE minus each just profit margin turnover. Just from the ROE, we need to divide it everything and just plus.
So do we have PM?
Divide.
We have
So-
profit margin. We have total asset turnover. We only need to find equity multiplier, yes?
Yes.
In order to find debt equity ratio, isn't it?
Yes.
Professor, I can show it.
Okay. Show it, please.
All right, so like one more time, we have a return on equity, right?
Mm-hmm.
And we have this profit margin and total asset turnover. So first of all, we need to need to find the equity multiplier, which is simply we divide return on equity by profit margin and total asset turnover, right?
Mm-hmm.
But in order to find the debt to equity ratio, we just simply
Equity
equity
multiplier
minus one.
one. Yes.
So that's the final answer here. That's the debt to equity ratio. Yeah.
So this is debt equity ratio.
Yeah.
Okay. Using same numbers, can we find return on assets?
Yes, but then we need to find net income.
Just a
from
second.
this.
Just a second. Yes, now. So using the same numbers, can we find return on assets, ROA?
Yes.
Yes.
I'm not sure.
Yes, we can. Now we know
Okay.
debt to equity ratio, and using the same calculations as we did before, we find.
So debt equity ratio is equal to 0.38, yes?
Mhm.
This is what Alnur found it. Equity multiplier is equal to 1.38. ROE is equal to 18.27. Profit margin is equal to
6.8.
0.0807.
Okay. Now, find the return on assets. You can play with this formula, okay?
I got that.
You got it?
I mean, I got the formula. Now I need to calculate.
Okay, calculate it. So you need to eliminate something. You need to delete something here.
The sales cancel and total.
Yeah, just
Professor?
revenue.
Yes.
Is it 0.13?
I don't know. I don't know. This question just came by now. We need to calculate. Halnur, what did you get?
I can tell you the formula.
Okay, tell me the formula.
So we just simply need to take return on equity and divide by equity multiplier.
So you want to get rid of the equity multiplier?
No. We just, so if we look in the formula, right?
Can we just cross this sales?
Yeah. So we cross the sales.
Yes. And delete.
Now we got the return on equity.
And
the return on assets.
Agree. Yeah.
And we can cancel total assets.
Net income.
No, we don't need to.
No, we don't need to cancel it, but
Total assets.
we are canceling only till the moment that we need the ratio.
Yeah. And that's basically the return on assets. Net income divided by total assets. That's what we need to find. And that's it.
So which is return on assets times
multiplied by equity multiplier.
Equity multiplier.
And now we just.
I wrote in the chat, Professor.
Let me check it. Let me check it. Oh. Yes. Thank you so much, Almat. Thank you so much. You were even quicker than me. Thank you so much. Okay. That's very good that you have just got the things out. Is there anyone in the class who does not understand it?
Yes. How did you find this EM from this formula?
Okay. Now, first of all, coming to the DuPont identity, ROE is equal to net income over total equity. Yes? Everybody's agreed.
Yeah.
Then I'm saying that let's multiply. Can I write it like this? Roye, this, but this multiplied by 1. Is this and this same?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oops. Then can I write it this in this way? Total asset over total assets.
Mm-hmm.
Is this equal to this?
Yes.
Yes. Then I can just rearrange it. I can just rearrange the ROE, changing the total asset and total equity with the places by multiplication. So I will get net income over total asset multiplied total assets over total equity. So which is ROA times by equity multiplier. This is first formula of one part of identification of DuPont, okay? Second part of the identification, we can still multiply this by 1. I mean, multiply this by 1. So by this, I mean, by 1, can I use like sales over sales?
Yes.
Yes, and then just rearrange it to get this one. Or if you want to put it in a abbreviated form or with the ratio, equity multiplier. This is the second part of identification of DuPont that you have to know. So whenever you are given any questions, let's say you find ROA, so you just play out with the formulas. For example, in the exam, I can give you all the numbers except the ROE. Instead of ROE, I could give you ROA and ask you, please find return on equity. So which part of the identification you have to use? This one, where the ROA take the place. So you are given to cancel and bring the variables in order to create a certain needed formula that you can solve the question. Is that clear now, Evgenia?
Yes. Thank you.
Is there anyone who is not following? Please let me know now. Okay, this I will put it in on Moodle as well. Okay, let's go further. Just a second, let me check what questions we may have. Can you see the screen?
Yes.
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 Okay. Find for me the sustainable growth rate and internal growth rate. So you have 15 minutes. I will create activity where you have to find it, okay? Sustainable growth rate. So sustainable growth rate and internal growth rate. Find them using this information. So I will create activity, which I'm sharing, don't worry, I'm sharing the screen. So you have to find sustainable growth rate and internal growth rate. And it will be activity 3, which you will put it on Moodle now, the results. While you're doing so, I will take the attendance. Aidana is here.
Yes, I'm here.
Lee,
I'm here.
Evgenia, here. Alnur is here. Almat is here. Arina, Sakin here. Anwar is here. Dinara is here. Dana,
I'm here.
Temirlan is here. Jean.
I'm here, Professor.
Okay. There's only one person is missing. Okay.
We need to calculate only 2 ratios, right?
Yeah, 2 ratios: sustainable growth rate and internal growth rate. And type your answer on activity part. Do not upload any files. Just type it.
Can you show
Do you
this?
have like where to type? Because I don't
Yes,
see.
yes, yes.
No, I'm asking other students because I don't see where to type my answer.
Wait a second. Anyone can share the screen as a student, please? I'm
Yes,
stopping the share. Show the how where you can type it. Alnur, is it possible for you to share?
I'm sharing, Professor.
Okay, Evgenia,
Here
share it.
there's no place to insert the text or whatever.
There is no?
No, you can see there is no any.
Oops. Wait, I'm coming then. And there's a mistake.
And now there's activity 3. I can see it.
I can see it. It is a model.
Yeah, on Moodle activity 3.
Yeah, but there's no space where
Yes,
to
yes, now it
type.
is here.
It appeared now?
Mm-hmm.
Can you share it again, please? Show to the class. Where did you find it?
Here.
Okay, okay. Now, because I put the time limit because it started at 2 o'clock. That's why you couldn't see it. Okay.
Can you share the screen, please, Professor, with the...
Yeah, sure, sure. With the question, I'm sharing it. I want you to find only for 1 year.
And which year should we use?
Any of the years, but preferably use it 2008 for the first year.
Okay.
I'm back. If anyone finished earlier, you can leave the conference. You don't have to wait when the class finishes.
Professor, you said that we need to type the answer, right? Not to upload the Excel file.
You can actually upload it if you want. You can, if you want to save the time, you can upload it.
How is better? Doesn't matter what.
Doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Both ways are accepted.
Okay, thank you.
Goodbye, Professor.
Goodbye, goodbye. You too, Tamerlan. You too. Thank you so much. See you later.